first. Interpol headquarters and the imperial household of the Kingdom of Alabast. Took a while to get things rolling, but they finally moved on it. The imperial household? What have you done? You have been relieved of your duties as ambassador, Mr. Alba. What? Effective today, effective right now. And you have Mr. Prosecutor's videotape to thank you for this. The video the Yadagarasu protected? You cannot be arrested simply because you are an ambassador? In that case, I thought I'd strip you of that title. You underestimated me, a descendant of the founder of detainment philosophy, Lang Zi. 4,000 years of deeply entrenched connections and networks around the world have really paid off. It can't be! I don't believe this! My ambassadorship has been revoked? Looks like you're finally coming mixed with your new standing. Ooh, looks like you turned docile again. Life hits you hard, you turn fast back into an old man? Yeah. You know, now he's gonna claim he's gonna have health troubles, he can't make it to court, he's too sick to stand trial. He's probably in shock from the loss of his shield. What a shame. I had so wanted to use my whip on him. Why is this happening to me? I'm just a hard-working, honest ambassador. Do you really think you can pull that on us now? We've already ripped away the mask and seen you for who you really are, Mr. Alba. No, I won't be stopped now. He still intends to fight us? What if I'm no longer an imposter? You still don't have any evidence on me. The fact remains you cannot arrest me. I expected no less from you, the boss of the smuggling ring. Well, the rest is up to you, Mr. Prosecutor. Understood. You say that I killed Mr. Cochin in the theater. But even if that's true, there was a knife in my bouquet. I left that bouquet in the theater. So anyone could have taken it from there and used it, right? Besides, the claim that he was killed here itself is odd. After all, wasn't his body discovered in Babal? Are you claiming that I carried his body all the way from there? Preposterous. I'll be one to prove whether it's preposterous or not. Ex-Ambassador Alba, are you ready? Because this is no game. This is war. I killed Mr. Coach in this theater using a knife that was stuck in my bouquet. I left that bouquet in the theater. Anyone could have taken the knife from there. Besides, Mr. Cochin's body was discovered in Babal, right? There is no way for me to have transported his body from the theater to Babal. Look, don't you think you had enough fun with me? You've already stolen my ambassadorship from me. Would you have me surrender to? You have no plans to ever return to this country, isn't that right? Did you know that a bunch of your subordinates are seeking asylum because of you? As if I care. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Boot this guy at the embassy and we can finally end everything. I know. And I will give my all to see that he leaves in handcuffs. Without the title of ambassador, he's just another witness. Yes, just another witness. Alright, what are we waiting for? Let's get this guy. And get him good. I wonder if they understand that all I can do is present evidence to the testimony. That's right, and as I explained earlier, the commemorative photo shows that you had the knife on your personage. You have no proof that the bouquet was prepared by me, isn't that right? Excuse me? The fact that there was a knife in my bouquet was something I wasn't aware of. What a pathetic excuse. The weapon that was used is one of your national treasures. Isn't that exactly something other than you could touch, let alone take? I allowed some of my trusted subordinates to handle them. It could have been my secretary. You're an even bigger slime ball than I thought. You would push the guilt of Mr. Kojin's murder onto one of your subordinates? In any case, the fact that the knife was in the bouquet means nothing.
Hold it!
You still wish to deny your actions? And you still wish to deny reality and accuse me of murder? What? I am not in denial. Even though he's not ambassador anymore, he's still got a real bad attitude. I believe it's because he's no longer ambassador that he can let himself speak freely. Well, he's not holding anything back, and neither should I. Wait for it. For the sake of the case, please refrain from what I'm about to think you're about to do. Quite the pair of frightening women you are. But, I digress.
Hold it!
Even if he was found in the ball, he was killed somewhere else. Stop bluffing because you can't prove what you're claiming. If this were a court-martial in my country, you'd already have been removed from the room. Are you taunting us on purpose because I'd happily show you my claws? Hold on, Agent Lang. Allow me to fight him my way, with evidence. I was just joking. I'm not so easily ruffled by the likes of him. Too bad. Though I am no longer an ambassador, it still could have been an international incident. If you have the will to threaten us with that mouth of yours, then perhaps you can use it to return to testimony. Very well. But to be fair, you should watch what you say as well.
Hold it!
Is that really so? You could have easily blackmailed your subordinates to be quiet and then moved the body. That's quite an insult to me and my subordinates, and I'm afraid we can't have that. It's very difficult to enter my embassy, as the guards always conduct a thorough check. If someone so much makes an unnatural movement, it would arouse their suspicions. Come to think of it, there wasn't anything unnatural about him in the footage. Wait. Let me think about that for a sec. Mr. Alba said that the guard would become suspicious if someone acted unnaturally. But then, by the same token, the guard would not become suspicious if someone were to act naturally. If we retrace Mr. Alba's movements, we should find some hint to solving this case. Well, right after the Steel Samurai stage show, he went back to Alabas, right? From there, he started preparing for his speech in the Alabastrian embassy. It does sound like it wasn't possible for him to have gone to the Babalese embassy. He couldn't have gone to the ball, but the body didn't remain at the theater either. It is possible that the body was temporarily taken to a different location first.
Objection!
Actually, I do believe there was a way to transport the body out of the theater. Perhaps you should give this a look. What is that supposed to be? It's footage from a security camera that was captured the state of the immigration area. Should I congratulate you for getting your hands on it? Just letting you know that we're not the only ones watching your every movement. Thank you for the warning. Now then, if you would take a good look at this section here. This lump right here inside the pushcart. Do you know what's causing it? Should I? Because I don't. In that case, allow me to enlighten you. This is the cause of that unnatural lump.
Take that!
What is the meaning of this showing me that? It's to say that the unnatural bulge in the pushcart is Mr. Kochin's body. Who had the Steel Samurai wheel his body away from the real crime scene? What a guess. But I wonder if you have any evidence to support it. I admit that for now, it is but a hypothesis. However, if you can't prove it, then I'm afraid I must be on my way. I don't have any more time to play with you people. Sorry I took so long, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Gummy? Detective Gumshoe, is that the Steel Samurai's pushcarts? Yes, sir. I found it in the open-air stage area. So that's where you went. The detective spirit that Pops left me with. I thought I'd follow my gut and go with it, sir. So, Mr. Edgeworth, is this worth anything to the case? Yes. It just might play a major role in solving this case, detective. But something isn't right. I thought that the entire samurai family was in Alabast. Where exactly in the open stage area did you find this pushcart? I found it just lying there at the edge of the stage, sir. Oh? Let's leave that for now and examine the inside, detective. Yes, sir. It's blood. This must be Mr. Kochin's blood, which only goes to prove that Mr. Kochin's body was indeed transported by this pushcart. I believe you understand what this means, correct? You killed Mr. Kochin at this theater and then placed his body inside the pushcart. And then you forced the Steel Samurai to unwittingly move the body for you. I forced him to move the body into Alabast? What nonsense. Why would I bother to do such a thing?
Objection!
You were scheduled to make a speech in Alabast, meaning it was difficult for you to stop in Babal. However, what if you moved the body to Alabast? Hi, Raz! Because it was your embassy, you can keep an eye on it and tamper with the evidence. I thought you'd already be at work. And then you smuggled it out of Alabast. If I can show you you moved the body from Alabast to Babal, then I win. But you can't. Security between the two countries is incredibly tight. I'll be the one to judge whether I can prove it or not. It's Christmas break? Nice! Does that mean more will come then? And so I ask you to provide us with testimony regarding your movements after you return to Alabast. Wow, you get like a whole, like what, 2 weeks of Christmas break? What a country! Miles Edgeworth, have you figured it out? Do you know how the body was moved? To be honest, I have nothing to support my hypothesis at this time. However, I don't believe I made a mistake in my logic up to this point. Which means there is no question that it can't be answered, right? 3 weeks? What? This is insane. We live in a fucking dumbass country. As if we didn't already know that. But damn, 3 weeks. Fuck. I would have gone to Japan, man. I would have just like, hey, spend Christmas in Japan, see New Year's in Japan. Most people take next week and the week after. So why shouldn't there be an answer as to how the body was moved? Which means there must be a logic flaw somewhere I can exploit. After I returned to Alabast, I had my picture taken with the Steel Samurai shaking hands. Then, as I was about to start my speech, the Yatagarasu appeared. I feared for the national treasure, so I raced back to my office. Is that all? Yes, that's all.
Objection!
It looks like you left out a few things, such as the murder of the mess too. Furthermore, you left out the part about meeting with me in your office. Those trifling matters. I don't believe I need to speak of those things again. I do so hate to waste my time. What? You... Is not every life precious? Do you really need me to answer that for you? People like you cannot be allowed to wander freely through society. Then you better try hard, because I doubt you'll find a single contradiction. He's really full of himself, isn't he? Yes, he is. How can he be so confident at a time like this? Mortal Kombat finishing After Image, finishing Silent Hill 2, and Wukong came in the mail today? I mean, at that point I would, you know, prioritize finishing 2 games. That way you can just juggle between Okami and Wukong. Come, don't be shy. Go ahead and ask whatever you like. Of course, for more for the King too. That's right. But luckily, that's only once a week.
Hold it!
Why was it only with the Steel Samurai? I thought the Pink Princess was also around. The Pink Princess was suffering from a bad hip at the time, and the doctors recommended that she rest. Wow, so you do have a soft side after all. The pain of a bad hip. I suppose none of you can really understand how it feels. Oh, so you tend to strain your back as well, huh? But isn't that just because you're normally hunched over? It did keep up the act no matter what, I suppose. The point of this is not to discuss my back problems. For about 15 minutes after our handshake, I was in my office preparing for the speech.
Hold it!
That Yatagarasu was just a trick that you had set up. A most amusing joke. And how do you propose I set it up? If you really want to know, I can explain in detail for you. You arranged the spotlights in the Rose Garden so that you were to take the stage. The audience would see the Yatagarasu's shadow. Oh? That's an interesting tale. Sadly, it has nothing to do with me. You. What's it gonna take for you to fess up to anything? Very well then, let's move on to a different question. After the Yatagarasu appeared, what was the state of the Rose Garden? Everyone took refuge inside the embassy. I even helped with the effort. And then, once everyone was inside, well...
Hold it!
And what happened after you returned to your office? I don't want to keep on repeating this, however, upon my return, I had the stroke of bad luck and bumped into Masked Man.
Objection!
And I don't want to keep on repeating this either. But his name was the Mask too. Who cares what it was called? By the time he got to the Prima Duck statue he was supposed to steal, it had already been swapped for the fake. Talk about an unlucky man being bludgeoned to death with a fake statue. Miss Von Karma is really letting her whip fly now. I think the scary part is her silence when she's doing it. She must be at the limit of her patience as well. But physical attacks are meaningless here. Only evidence will suffice. I can't find a single flaw in his argument. At this rate, I won't be able to prove that he is actually guilty of anything. Are we finished here? Miles Edgeworth, can you not come up with how the body was moved to Babal? Sir. Mr. Edgeworth. Even after proving so much, He's gonna get away with it? Is this the end? It appears that we made it just in time. It would be a great honor if you would allow us to be your allies in battle. Evil magistrate, it's time for you to pay. It's the Steel Samurai. No, you are mistaken, for I am Steel Samurai Daddy, married man of Neo-Old Tokyo. And this is Pink Princess Mommy. Edgy Boo! The two people that I wanted to see the least. Larry? What are you two doing here? Way to show your gratitude, Edgy. We just wanted to help. Yeesh! I'm gonna get the bad guy with a single thrust of my... Go away! How can you be so mean to us, Edgy Poo? All three of us came to lend a hand, and this is how you treat us? Well, isn't this grand? And I see they managed to find the Iron Infant. Does that really matter right now? Hey! Is it just me, or is the Iron Infant completely soaked? Huh? Oh yeah. I found him in the ball, but he was in the middle of the pool. Wait a sec. Larry, go back to what you just said. Huh? Oh, it appears we made it. Nope, not that far back. Something about finding the Iron Infant in Babal. And he was found in a pool? I don't recall there being one in Babal. Oh, that! Well, I was in Alabasta the whole time. So I have no idea how the Iron Infant wound up in Babal. I thought I lost him in the Rose Garden. But I guess maybe this cute kid can swim, huh? Wait, what? Larry, you lost the Iron Infant in the Rose Garden? Are you sure about that? Yeah, I'm sure. But I found them in... That's enough, Larry. The Iron Infant that Larry lost managed to move between two countries. Furthermore, the Iron Infant was soaked in the middle of the pool. This is what I've been looking for. It's another smuggling route between the two countries. The key to the route the Iron Infant took from travel from Alabas to Babal is bilateral symmetry. Ah, that's right. The embassy was built with bilateral symmetry in mind. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. There is a location I wish for you to examine post-haste. It is where I believe the route used to smuggle Mr. Cochin's body lies. Does something like that really exist, sir?
Take that!
Yes, sir. I'll be back before you know it. It's too late. It doesn't matter what you do. It's all a waste of time. We'll stay here with us and wait. This is Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, it's here, sir. There is a reservoir here, just like in the Rose Garden. Just as I suspected. What is it? The two sides of this embassy are mirror images of each other, which means that there is also a pool in the corresponding location on the Babalese side. Mr. Cochin's body was moved into Babal through the pool in Alabas. Avoiding a topic with a big answer like that is unbecoming of a prosecutor. If you don't mind, I'd like to see more physical proof if you have any. The Iron Infant is positively soaked in water. Why do you think he is? It's because he was fished out of a pool, and not just any pool. It was the Babalese one. I think it's pretty obvious at this point what must have been true. The water reservoirs in the two courtyards are connected. And where is your proof that the two sides are connected? The proof is right there before your eyes. The half-drowned iron infant. What? This blasted doll! Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back! Hey, don't tell me, you guys figured everything out without me. We did. Thanks to this hero of justice's son. Even if he's just a doll, he managed to help foil the villain. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, look, I don't want to say this, but it's kind of unlikely that the body just happened to pass through onto the ball. This guy's a doll, and he's small, so I can believe he made it, but he has a point. Yes, that's right. I'm glad someone here understands. Mr. Ed, are you going to next propose that a dead body can swim through a pipe? You see, Mr. Prosecutor, our chase after this man is far from over. Agent Lang? Why is he helping Mr. Alba out now? He's not. He realized a flaw in my argument and is helping to move the logic along. In which case, I should return the favor and find the answer. And another thing, Mr. Koten's body was found in his office in Bobal. What happened to his body after it was transported to the open-air stage? Mr. Alba had an accomplice in Bobal, remember? You mean Sheena, right? With her there, you can see how it's possible to move the body up to the office. Are you seriously claiming that she swam through the connecting pipe with the body? He's right. Miss Sheena would drown if she did. It's hard to imagine that she swam through the connecting pipe. It looks like your hypothesis about how the body was moved is still only half baked. In the end, it's all just befuddled musings of an accusatory man. Now then, I believe you should give up and allow me passage. Because from the start, there is no feasible method of transporting the body. What? Mr. Prosecutor, recall Sheena's movements. What was happening in the embassy around the time Miss Sheena was in Bobal? Oh, if only there was a way to get rid of the water in the pool. Get rid of the water. Aha! That's it. Now I believe this time we're really done, right? Unfortunately for you, it is far from over, Mr. Alba. You are a most persistent man. Are you saying that you thought of a way to move the body through the water? Move the body through the water? That is completely unrelated to how it's done. Excuse me? The reason I can say that is because there wasn't any water at the time. What do you mean there wasn't any water? Just what it sounds like. Tonight's events made it possible to drain the water, allowing the body to be removed.
Take that!
Tonight, the Yatagarasu set fire to a variety of locations on fire in the Babali's embassy. In order to put the fires out, much of the reservoir's water was used. Of course, when the water was used, the reservoir's water level went down. As enough water was drained, the connecting pipe could be used to traverse the border. So what? The water level went down? The reservoirs were connected? Does any of this matter? You can't prove any of this. Pretending to be ignorant won't work with me. We both know what kind of situation we're in right now. Even in the game, there comes a critical, game-changing moment. A moment in which you hit a wall that you must overcome in order to beat the game. I haven't lost yet. I found the route used to smuggle the body, and that route will lead to your defeat. Even if it's all just water was used by the firefighting effort, you still cannot really call